rapids. If you go to the left here, which we're going to do, you get to the massive boulders, and you also get to what's called the stick beach, a big eddy area where the debris and sticks all get deposited when the river's higher. And if you go to the right here, it takes you down to the Cucumber Run, where it comes into the Ohiopyle River. Then you can hike along the river shore down to the big boulders, which we're gonna access through this path here. There's a famous photographer for Ohiopyle. His name's Mike. Mike the photographer. Of all my YouTube videos, I think Mike the photographer video got the most views. Everybody, thousands and thousands of people who come kayaking and boating to Ohiopyle have ridden their kayaks and boats past Mike. When Mike is taking photographs here, he works for Ohiopyle Photography, which is the building just downriver of the river gauges, where you check in as a boater and where you get your permits and stuff for boating and kayaking. That next building up on the side of the Ohiopyle River is the Ohiopyle Photography Building, and they're the ones who have professional photographers who hang out different places on the river. They take professional photographs, and then you can at the end of your day go to Ohiopyle Photography and ask them if they have any photographs of you. Just remember what time you were where, and if you spotted the photographer. So straight ahead, that's what I call Stick Beach. You can see the floating debris in the water down there. And over to the right here, that's going to be the big boulder field. We're going to the big boulder field, and then we'll check the Stick Beach too. Even if you just get cleats for these tough sections, it's definitely worth it. It made all the difference in the world. Makes winter hiking so much more pleasurable just to have some cleats. Oh, good. So they have a couple of, they've locked up some of the emergency equipment here. This stretcher has always been here all the years I've hiked in Ohiopyle. Straight ahead, that's the boulder field, Cucumber Rapids boulder field. I don't think I can reach the boulder I want to look at. No, it's there's no way to stand around it. The boulders are all covered by water right now, where the Ohiopyle photographers and the other rafting company photographers who hang out here, because it just so happens that here at this tight pinch point in the river, it's where the rubber boaters and kayakers have a really bumpy ride, and a bunch of them fly out of their boats right here. So they take when you go back to the Ohiopyle photography business and look through their photographs which they have on these computer display so you can see what they did. Let's see some of their great hits. They're all sorts of great pictures. Mike, the photographer, he's an expert on all the wildlife around this area. This area right here. He's been here for 16 years. All right, so this is really a good comparison. 8.5 feet. A lot of water coming down the river. You can see this area right in front of us, a lower river. This is you can go all the way down to the ground here, but you can't right now. So when the river's 14 feet, we couldn't even stand here. The river would be all the way up to here even. And even the big boulders here would be covered. It's a good comparison. It'd be really tough to kayak this. You'd have to be a really good kayaker. All of the big rocks out here where the fishermen fish out there on the big rock plates. On the other side, right over there where the trough is, there's a couple of boulders in there. That's where the professional photographer sets up a little canopy, a parasol, when the river's 2 to 3 feet. Right now it's 8 feet, so it's almost 3 times as high right now. Yeah, the river's 3 times normal right now. All the debris that eddies up here, when it settles again, as I hike later in the season, I'll look through it for beaver trash. You look for sticks that have the beaver teeth marks on it. Those are like leftover tree branches where the beavers have chewed all the bark off. There's a must-see YouTube video channel called Mike's Videos of Beavers. I didn't even understand all this debris, not until I watched Mike's Videos of Beavers. And then you see exactly what the beavers do. This boulder has a lot of the little oval divots in it, and I'm not sure whether those are actually fossils left over or if they're little metallic, like little globs of stuff. Like, look at that one. Looks kind of like iron. It looks like sort of iron in there. My favorite boulder is right there. Has that little stick on the right popping up. That boulder right to the left of that stick, and that stick is sitting on it. That boulder has more incredible of these little metallic depression oval things on it. I hope I figure out what that is, and I'll put that in the videos once I learn what it is. All right, so 8 feet is a pretty good enough river height to get a lot of debris that collects here. This whole area for several years, up until April of 2024, was just built up, more and more. And then finally in April 2024, the river got up to 14 feet, blew all that stuff down the river. So since April 2024 here at the Cucumber Rapids boulder field, it's been really nicely cleaned out. So we'll see what kind of stuff we get. A nice 8.5 foot river day like today. We should get some good debris coming into this area right here and captured right here. So in the months ahead, when the river goes back down, goes back up, comes down, goes up, down, this area will have a nice big collection of debris and beaver sticks to look through. All right, this is the Cucumber Rapids, and right in there is where a lot of capsizing and people flying out of the rubber boats happens. And that's why the professional photographer hangs out right here. Then for the rescue workers, this area over here is the biggest eddy area, one of the biggest eddy areas. See, the river just goes charging down that way, and there's a big still area right over here where debris settles into what I call Stick Beach. All right, that's it for today.